intention of this book is to, for a serious seeker, instead of going around the large number of study material, in a simple, concise, precise, in one book point, is it possible to bring his or her attention to the central issue? Now, the word Adhyatma is a huge connotation it has. It has various shades of meanings, references. Because many people have approached it through many ways. Now, the ways may look different. The final destination is same.
Right.
Now, what is confusing is the ways. Because it appears that that master has said, that religion has said, that philosophy has said something different from this philosophy of this person. It is only the ways. Like Swami Vivekananda said, that all rivers may originate in different places. They all run and meet the ocean. In the same way, all the religious masters have said the same thing. Not only of all the religious masters, of all the religions. But unfortunately, the in-between people who came to preach it, to teach it, they started making compartments. So they wanted one to look different from the other. To say my way is better than your way. Instead of quarreling about the way, if the purpose is to reach the destination, it is better you understand the issue first. In my journey, what I felt most important was, it must be for every other human being also. Because we all experience life in a similar way. If I don't experience, there is no life. If I stop experiencing, there is no life. In deep sleep, there is no experiencing of life. In death, there is no experiencing of life. So only when I experience, there is life. Now, through this experience, I have to understand this life. Because experiencing alone is not sufficient. Because what is happening is, now we are all experiencing. From the cradle, we have been experiencing. But it is only adding to the confusion, adding to the stress, adding to the fear of unknown, adding to the uncertainty. So it is not that from 5th year to 65th year, I have become any more certain. Even if you ask a very old person, 80 years, sir, you have seen the entire span of your 8 years, are you certain about anything now? Why? Basically because we were only busy experiencing. Now the pity is, the quantity, we are always bothered about the quantity, not the quality. Right. Now, if you don't have the right quality of experience, if you have a mediocre quality of experiencing, even if you experience, that's why in our Puranas, the Rakshas and all are given thousands of years of life. So thousands of years they are experiencing, but it is of no value. Whereas Markandeya, Prahalada, they were given only 16 years life. They experienced, they realized. So it is a quality of experience.
Right.
Now this quality, how would you improve? One is whether I have the instrument to have the quality. Nature has given instrument to everybody.
Very true.
It is generous. It is not partial that you are a favorite, I am not a favorite. Everybody has been given the instrument. So the instrument is there. That then it is a lack of application. Now the lack of application can come out of what? Ignorance. Or indifference. Now indifference is, even if I know what it is, I am indifferent. Ignorance is I don't even know what it is. Hence I am not able to apply. Most of the time, it is not indifference, it is ignorance. So my point when I started this journey over a period, I felt at least in this life I should know what is the issue. Now, whether I understand it, realize it, super consciousness, all those things are different. First, at least let me know what is the issue. Because in our ordinary level of experiencing, issues are completely confusing. That's why we want to repeat it over and over again. It's like if you have done a absolutely perfectly excellent work, in your mind there won't be any need for repetition. The very repetition is because I have not done it correctly, I feel the next time I will do it, the next time I will do it, the next time I will do it. Actually, this didn't get me joy, the next thing will get me a joy. This didn't get me peace, the next thing will get me peace. This didn't get me fame, the next thing will get fame. So it is going on. Now three things I said. Name, fame, satisfaction, all these things. Is all for what? They look different. Why the human mind is aspiring through this experiencing, it is aspiring to get satisfaction, good reward, recognition. We are not wanting these things for themselves. It is for arriving at peace. Because the peace is when you have no more intention.
That is not there always.
It won't be there because the experiencing is never complete.
We are in the cycle.
The experiencing is never complete.
Right.
So whether I am 5 years old or 70 years old, I am still thirsting to experience. But the thirst is never quenched. I ask for a glass of water. After drinking the glass of water, the thirst should stop. Whereas if I ask for it makes a thirst for 5 more glass of water. So that means something is wrong with my system. So the quantity of experiencing is not the big matter. The quality of experience. First and foremost, the first step is whatever I am experiencing, at what level I experience. If I am experiencing only at the surface level, definitely its quality will be shallow. So how to make my experiencing awareness, attention, keener, sharper, insightful. See, we have sight, we have oversight, we have insight. Now oversight is, I have not noticed it. So sight is only physical, whereas the other two things are mental, oversight and insight. Normally our problem is oversight.
Okay.
We don't notice. No, without noticing, I am experiencing. So the circle never comes full. It is always somewhere in between it is broken. So again you begin from the beginning. Again begin from the beginning. Again begin. It is an endless begin from the beginning. So the first and foremost, what is the issue? So whether I belong to this religion or that religion, this master, this sect or that sect, for all, the quest has been the same. What is that is the lasting peace. Now this peace also is a loaded word. You see, one thing we should understand, I have to use words, you have to use words to communicate. But what is that each word mean? What it means to you, is the same thing it's meaning to me?
Okay.
If I say peace, what I mean by peace and what you understand by peace, are they same? If I say love, what I say as love and what you understand as love, is it same? So that clarity should come. How the clarity will come is if you know the issue. Because your attempt to understand stops when the issue is not clear. Issue is 100 feet depth and you are only in the first millimeter. So your issue is only at the first 1 millimeter. So your understanding is stopped at that point. No, to know that unless and until I reach that 100 feet depth, how will I sharpen this understanding instrument? So once I know the depth that much is there, I will not be after so many experiences. I will automatically restrict my movement, restrict my engagement, but whatever I do, I will try to reach that depth. Unfortunately, this is not taught in any school or college or family. Because parents also don't know, grandparents also don't know, teachers also don't know, professor also they do not know. So then we look up to religious masters. The religious masters also come with their baggage. So the purpose of this is not to mention any religion as the only way. There are references about Hindu religion here. There are references about Christianity here. But it is not to say only Hindu religion will take you. It is not only Christianity will take you. It is the approach. These are only help. These are only suggestions. But you got to convert that. You got to convert that into your own. Unless and until whatever I am talking to you, it is okay. It can be even recorded. It can be printed. But when it will be useful to you, when it becomes your own.
Right.
Yeah. Like now aunt has shown you how to make paneer. Now you have seen it also. But you get the hang of it when you do it yourself.
Right.
So the purpose of this book is not only intellectually studying. It may look very intellectual, but the purpose is seriously, sincerely to pay attention. That paying attention is sadhana. Now you may give many names to this. Someone may say prayer, someone may say meditation, someone may say concentration, someone may say kundalini, any different name can be given. But what actually you are doing is the attention which this consciousness has. Right now it is somewhere on the surface. How to take this consciousness to the depth and perhaps to the fullest depth.
It should be.
Because great masters have said when they were asked, is there anything like realization? They said yes. Is a realization is partial or full? He said no, it is always full. No, there cannot be partial realization. So the aim should be on the full depth. Now the pity is, this depth is not somewhere out in the world. The depth is within me, within my mind. So how to study oneself? That's why in the first introduction, the last paragraph, what I have, what is mentioned is, if you see it, very simple. I have taken two principal words. Any religious person in Hindu religion is familiar with. See, in the Hindu tradition recommends every true follower to his devotee, his or her attention to Swadhyaya. The Hindu tradition recommends every true follower to devote his or her attention to Swadhyaya. Now, normally the word Swadhyaya, what it is understood is that you study a scripture. Study by yourself, but study a scripture. That is not what it was meant.
Okay.
Swadhyaya is studying oneself.
Swadhyaya.
Swa, you are studying oneself. You may take the help of a book, Like you may take a help of this book, but reading this book is not Swadhyaya. Do you understand the difference?
Yeah.
It is world of difference. That is a tool. This is only a tool.
Yeah.
But the field in which this tool has to be applied, with your energy and interest, is within you. So Swadhyaya is studying self. Normally it is understood that one should study some scripture daily. Actually, the true import of Swadhyaya is studying the ways of one's own mind.
Right.
Now, can this be a part-time activity? If I am reading Bhagavad Gita as a Swadhyaya, that can be 1 hour a day, half an hour a day. But if you translate this Swadhyaya into this depth, can you say, I'll do it for 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day? No. The mind is continuously operating. So it is an ongoing watch on yourself. It is a watch. Like
Very
you would watch a child. Though you are sitting apart, it is there. And there is a knife there, there is a blade there, there is something else is there. You are watchful. You may be doing something else, but still you are watchful. So that kind of a quality of watch has to begin on oneself. So this is the first method. If somebody says what is the method, this is the first method. Now this another word it says, another important direction to the devotee is to have satsang. Now this is also understood as meeting someone who is comparatively higher than oneself in religious wisdom. Like for example, you have come to me. Now I am supposed to have a higher wisdom than you. This is not satsang.
Okay.
Actual satsang is actually through studying oneself, that is through Swadhyaya, we will come face to face with the ultimate truth indwelling in us. This coming within oneself to the nearest proximity with truth, which is Sat. In Sanskrit, truth is Sat. That's why Satsang is true Satsang.
Sat ka sang.
So truth as it is, not as I imagine it to be, as it is. Now here also you can take the help of a person, but the true satsang will not take place when you are listening to him or when you are discussing or in samvad. It is actually in Swadhyaya only satsang can take place. So this book is directing in that direction.
Okay. Yep.
So that when you take the book, you are clear what you are in for. Now, certain things may look repetition. It is not repetition. It is emphasis.
Yeah.
Because emphasis is required because our mind, because of the long span of its existence, not only your 40 years or my 60 years, this mind has started from the time of amoeba. That is also still working in you, is working in me. And it has always been extrovert. It is always Vairmukh. Now, this momentum, keeping it as it is, because you are alive, I am alive, you are driving a scooter, so you need to be watchful, so your senses should be outside. Keeping that as it is it possible to turn it inside? So it is actually like a tightrope walking, balancing.
Right.
But no one can teach him the balance. He has to strike a balance oneself. So this satsang, this Swadhyaya should lead to that satsang. It is only possible when you know what is the issue.
So what I am looking for, that I should know actually.
So this book tries to amplify over and over again. That's why it's a repetition. Over and over again. In 100 different ways.
Hmm.
What is the issue? The issue has to be clear.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, when you see the content of the book,
Mm-hmm.
some of them are long essays. Now, when it is written 4 pages, 5 pages, which has some 4,000 words,
Hmm.
people say, Baba, it's too
Hmm.
big.
Hmm.
I cannot understand. So I have also placed some poems.
Okay.
Now, what you say in 4,000 words
Hmm.
can also be told in 40 words.
Right.
So, if you are, as you are little tired of reading long essays, there are poems.
Hmm.
But the poems cannot be descriptive.
Hmm.
It can be indicative.
Hmm.
It can draw your attention.
Hmm.
But you should see it.
Hmm.
But for most of us, the seeing is blocked.
Hmm.
So explanation is required.
Hmm.
So both are important. The essay part of it
Hmm.
and the
Poem.
the poem part. Now I'll just read the first poem. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if it has now what did we say? All this name, fame, status, happiness, pleasure, all this thing is we are needing for peace. Now the first poem itself is peace to be.
Mm-hmm.
That means how peace can be.
Can be.
Now it says, I am unimportant
Hmm.
as I imagine me to be.
Hmm.
I am important as a wayside flower,
Hmm.
as a blade of grass,
Mm-hmm.
as a stone on the path, as a bird on the wings. This once discovered,
Hmm.
realized as an abiding fact, I am dissolved for peace to be.
Hmm.
So what you can write in 4,000 words can be written this way.
Right.
But this requires,
And you may want to be like that also in your day-to-day living.
this would require engagement with it.
Very true.
So I am unimportant.
Hmm.
Now, that itself is a shocker. So all of us we feel I am very important. And what it says is what you feel that you are important is your imagination.
Hmm.
So that is second shocker.
Hmm.
That I am an imagination.
Hmm.
So you can see it step by step, it is showing you what is the issue.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
See, every attempt here is to show the issue.
Sure.
Because one thing is there, once the issue is clear, you have the instrument to know what to do.
Hmm.
All of us have been given instrument. It is not only one Gautam Buddha or one Mahavir or one J. Krishnamurti or one Swami Atmanishananda Saraswati was given. Except that they used it.
Hmm.
Like somebody said, even such a great genius like Einstein,
Hmm.
in his brain power, I believe he used only 40%.
Okay. Hmm.
So you can imagine what is the percentage of brain power we are using. So what is the full potential of this brain?
Hmm.
So what for this brain is created first and foremost? This neurological instrument.
Hmm.
It is to make an atom bomb and kill people. That's why he can use only 40%. Whereas for Gautam Buddha, it is 200% he has used his brain.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because he has understood what is this life and he became the peace embodiment. So that is why the first poem is Peace to Be.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, each poem is a shocker.
Hmm.
The second poem says,
Mm-hmm.
Believer, a belief.
Hmm.
Now, normally we can discuss about belief and disbelief.
Hmm.
Isn't it? I believe in this, I disbelieve this.
Disbelief.
Somebody will say, no, 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 I don't believe your belief, my belief is this. So we have difference of opinion
Okay.
about our beliefs and disbeliefs.
Hmm.
For all these beliefs or disbeliefs,
Mm-hmm.
there has to be a believer.
Yeah.
Now that believer is a belief.
Great, na?
So you have to understand that.
Hmm.
Now this is the issue.
Hmm.
Now this is again in 5 paragraphs it is written.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who read, they said, at times it is opening up.
Hmm.
At times I am confused. That's basically because why we are confused is
Mm-hmm.
it is a new way of seeing it.
Hmm.
It is dramatically a new way.
New way.
Because from the beginning we have been reinforced to see ourselves and life in a one particular way. This is completely upturning that.
Hmm.
Because the truth is upturned.
Hmm.
It's like we see the earth as flat. When you are driving your motorcycle or when you are walking, when you are running, you don't believe earth is a globe. But actually the truth is earth is not flat, it is globe. So truth is always 180 degrees other way around. So the first lesson in Adhyatma is that do not unduly believe what you see.
Okay.
Normally in our exchange of expression, we say seeing is believing. Isn't it? No. You cannot believe all that you see.
Okay.
So you got to investigate what you see. So not only outside, the first that work has to be done within. So a believer believes. Is how a believer is a belief. Then what are we quarreling about beliefs and disbeliefs? The very fellow is itself is counterfeit. So how to tackle that believer? That believer is nothing but an ego.
Okay.
Ahamba, ahankar is that believer. So the entire approach of this, whether it is in one sentence or 10 pages, it is to show that this center, the me, it is very mischievous. It is very misleading. It is misleading whom? Itself. In fact, we think I can cheat you or you can cheat me. Actually, first I am cheating myself.
Exactly.
Then you play.
आणि समोरच्याला वाटतं की त्याला काही कळत नाही आपण छोट्या मुलाची
No, even kalat nahi. Even if the other person doesn't understand, he loses something or she loses something out of my crookery. Whether I know it or not, I have dug my grave first. She may get ruined or she may get. That is secondary. First, I have done
With myself.
irreparable damage to myself.
जन्म जन्मांतर
So this certainty has to be there. This will make us be awake. Otherwise, actually, as a doctor, you would know there is a disease called sleepwalking. We are all in that condition. We are sleepwalking with our conditionings. So this book is meant. It is not one particular religion or A religion or B religion. No, not for C religion. No, it is for every human being, past, present, and future. This is the issue. So if you see it, this is the way the book progresses. And every bit, everything that is written in this is the only purpose is to wake us up and be clear of the issue. So once a right awakening takes place, when the issue is seen, you automatically know what.
Okay.
That is why even the cover page, from the cover page, the description of the cover page, what does this cover page mean? Now, what do we see in the cover page? Notes and pointers on who am I. that question mark itself is put in red.
Hmm.
So that is the mahatva, that is
Yeah.
the importance of the issue.
Hmm.
Now this question
Hmm.
is a puzzle.
Hmm.
Puzzle of what? Inquiry, self-identity puzzle.
Hmm.
We all have a
Who am
belief that I am somebody.
Hmm.
That is why it says I am unimportant as I imagine me to be. So the self-identity is my imagination.
Hmm.
That self-identity is unimportant. Now how it is unimportant? It's a puzzle.
Right.
Now this guy is standing, this is the bulbulaya. Now how to enter this bulbulaya? How to reach the destination?
Hmm.
So the next page it says, inside of the cover page graphic. Now it is a sight. You see a drawing. But
Yeah.
what is inside? So that it doesn't become an oversight.
Hmm.
So insight is, can the in and out ways of a learning,
Mhm.
bulbulaya, be easily explained? बुलबुल में कैसा अंदर जाके वापस आने का, is it possible to explain? Spiritually, our deluding, puzzling self-identity, ego, is exactly like that.
Okay.
In fact, no one else can teach you. And of all the things, no one can put me there. No one can put me there. Even if I am sitting on the lap of Gautam Buddha, he cannot make me a Buddha. So, stepping directly, so it is my responsibility. Stepping directly means where normally we say stepping in just out. It is stepping within. Stepping directly within, what do you require for that? With courage, conviction, and uncompromising tenacity.
Okay.
Is the only way.
Courage.
Conviction. And uncompromising tenacity. Whatever may be distraction, whatever may be hurdle, I will not leave this. That is a tenacity. A burning quest, Jnana-Agni as a driving energy is most essential. Jnana-Agni only can give me that courage, conviction, and uncompromising tenacity. Every loss in actuality is gain.
Okay.
Now, what is the first loss? The self I have imagined about myself, I will be losing that. Actually, that is not a loss, there is a gain. Because it was unnecessary, it was a nuisance. So, when I lose a nuisance, it is not a loss.
Yeah.
So, every loss in actuality is gain. Letting go all known self-identity notions is pristine spiritual rebirth. When I lose all my false ideas about myself, I am spiritually reborn. Before physical death, when this spiritual rebirth should take place, not my swarg mein jaunga, moksha mein jaunga, those are all crap. Before physical death, one should attain rebirth. Twice born, Dwaja, that's why in Sanskrit it is called Dwaja, twice born. But unnecessarily what has happened is the Dwaja has been given to Brahmins. Dwaja, it has been attributed to Brahmins because that fellow is born, that Munja takes place, that is his second birth. Because he is confirmed as a Brahmin, a practice. That is not. That is only a celebration. That is only a ceremony. The twice born is when you lose your self-identity. This is not for few. That's why it is said this is the full human potential. Cocoon has to transform into a butterfly.
Right.
Like if cocoon says I will stay only as a cocoon, and then say I am Dwaja because I am born as a Brahmin. It cannot be a butterfly. So cocoon has to transform into a butterfly. Now actually the problem what we discussed before, the one facing the labyrinth, one facing the bulbulaya, cannot get its top view.
No.
Because once you get a top view, you know how to reach. Hence, the puzzle and difficulty to figure out the way. It is same regarding the existence too. Because we are leading life inch by inch, day by day, hour by hour, year by year. Now what we say is, if I only complete my life, I will get the full view of life. But that also doesn't take place. I am now terminally ill at the age of 70. If I die, have I got my complete view of life? No. So, how to get that complete view? It is same regarding the existence too, not only level. It is same regarding the existence too. Able to have the bird's eye view of the complexity of human existence is possible for a drishta. That is why he is called drishta, not suna. Drishta. Now, what did he do to get the status of drishta? Who are my quest leads surely to this clarity, that is darshan. If you have the right darshan, you
will get the drashta. Very true.
So that is the this
Cover,
is graphically written. It is text-wise.
Descript.
So every page, it is I would say very carefully framed. Because the purpose is that. Because without the purpose, it is impossible to. Because I really don't know what I am searching for. Suppose you are searching something, and I am asking you, Dandaji, what are you searching? He says, I don't know. So how will you search what you don't know?
Very true.
Or you are wanting something, but you are searching for another thing.
Different.
So in both the cases, what is happening is that the clarity is lacking. So the whole purpose of this book is to help each other
Get the clarity.
to get the clarity. But the work has to be done within oneself.
Yeah, just by reading it is not.
By except that it suppose a person begins at a young age like yours. Now he goes to this master, this book, that book. He says something, it looks different, and sometimes two masters seem to be disagreeing with each other. Now, what is it they are disagreeing? I am not aware of it. I can only see the disagreement.
Yeah.
What they are disagreeing, I am not able to understand. So now all these things are distraction. All these things are wasting your time, wasting your energy. So is it possible to give into a hand? Now I might have started this exercise maybe when I was 20. Now I am 67. So 47 goddamn years I have spent in this. Now anytime I may get my exit visa. So should I not leave behind something to the world?
Correct. Very
so
true.
that the future seekers. I have not printed thousands of copies. I have only printed 40 copies. So 40 people, even if they are
Aware.
now, not necessarily all the 40 copies will go to the right person and all the 40 people will. Now, actually, I have sent it. I have this particular thing in an e-book format also.
Okay.
Now, it has been sent to a person who is very highly academically very bright, brilliant person. That person has not even responded for what is, because what is his or her disposition? How do they look at now? That too, you are not in 20 or 30. The person is in 70. So, is it at this age? Is it possible to revise your? That is why it is always said the younger person has a better possibility, because you have not yet framed rigid conclusions.
Very true.
Because at 50, 60, 70, it is too late in the day for me to change structure. I may change some paint here or a color there. But in fact, even that is difficult. If for 50 years, if I am accustomed to white color, at the 60th year, I will not want my walls to look blue. So even if that is as difficult,
yeah.
this is touching your own
Base.
self.
That is more difficult.
So I am not greedy that the whole world will understand this and that. But so many masters are, even now, so many masters are doing this in their own way.
Right.
In their own way, they are doing. But somehow the world, the 7 billion population, somehow the human being is in problem. Human being, I do not know. Whatever may be the great Mahavakyas or directions or live examples of masters, nothing seems to be touching us. Yeah, because we are only looking at things in a surface level. And we are repeating the same experience over and over again. So the whole purpose of this, because I wanted to give you an introduction. There is introduction.
It will be difficult.
There is an introduction.
But again, yeah.
The introduction to introduction.
At least I need it. At least in this
Never
case.
she will understand. You are sure.
So this has been my sincere effort. So I am very happy to give you.